In this video, we're going to take our headlights from looking like this to this, using this $15 Harbor Freight kit. This kit comes with an accessory to hold the sanding pad, sponge pad, sanding discs, masking tape, and a polishing compound. The first thing we need to do is mask around the headlights. This kit has 3 stages of sanding pads before you polish. All of them stick on this drill attachment. It does not say to do it in the instructions, but I'm going to do a wet sanding, and this just helps the sanding pad to keep from clogging up and messing up. After you sand it down, take a wet rag and clean off the surface, and then you will notice how we have a very foggy looking lens on the headlight. Don't freak out, it's got to get worse to get better. After the first sanding, you can still see there's a lot of little micro cracks in the lens, which means it still needs to be sanded down some more. I then did a second round of sanding with the 500 grit disc. After our second time going over sanding, we still got a bunch of these little crack looking things. There you can see it a little bit better. It's taken a little bit more effort than I thought it might to get that off. Okay, so I've gone through all 3 of the pads and probably gone over this about 5 times maybe now. I don't know if it's gonna go away after I continue to the higher grit. Probably not, but that is what comes in the kit, and so I'm gonna go ahead and continue on the higher grit up to the polish. And let me clarify by saying it only has 3 of the 500 grit sanding pads for each side, so a total of 6, and then the 800 has a total of 4, and then the 3000 it has a total of 2. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with this side and up it to the 800 just to see what we can do from this kit with this headlight. So I continued sanding using up the 800 grit pads, and then went to the 3000 grit pad and finished it up with the polishing compound. And from here it looks like we have a really great result, totally transformed the headlight. But when we show you up close, you can see it still has areas that need worked on. So just taking a quick look at the one I just finished, and then coming over here, you can definitely tell there's a difference in quite the improvement. So here's the deal. Yes, this kit did work, but I believe if you have as much micro fracture, crack, whatever you want to call it, as my headlights did, then they need to include several more pads of the 500 grit. I only had 3 to use, and I probably could have finally cleared it all up with maybe 3 more. So I don't know if I'd recommend getting this kit. It might give you a good start, but I'm going to have to go ahead and get more 500 grit pads and restart all over on this headlight and try to get all those little fractures smoothed out and do the whole process over again. Wish they would have had more of the 500 grit. Even keeping the same amount of the other, I think it would have been fine. So this might be the right kit for somebody, but for me, not quite working out.